Welcome back, gamers. For this week's assignment, the goal was to integrate frustum culling into the game application we were working on. So for my game here, I have the asteroid field, so I thought it would be very easy to use those asteroids to show how I implemented this. So right here, I've got this frustum that's just sitting at the local origin, or the global origin of the game, and you can see it's a camera viewport that's spanning out that way. And you can see all of the asteroids that are within this frustum actually are rendered, and then everything else has a opacity to it. And I gave it a red tint too, because just the opacity was quite hard to see, especially against this space background. It works with the bullets too, so if I shoot the bullets, you can see that they are a little see-through, and then they pop into color, and they pop in as soon as they enter, and as soon as they exit. You might or might not be able to see. We should see that we're able to catch them here. Yeah, there you go. So you can see they've gone much more transparent, and I didn't give the same red tint to them because it didn't quite look right on the bullets, but I got that working. So obviously, to show off the camera frustum, it wouldn't be very useful because if everything's working properly, you can see this thing is right on the border. If everything is working properly, then obviously you shouldn't notice it. But in the GUI here, I actually made it so that you can enable or disable the different frustums. So here I'm going to disable the test frustum, and you can see everything is unrendered. No bullets, no nothing. Everything is just has the transparency with it, and you can see that none of the asteroid field is rendered. Now, for example, if I were to enable the camera frustum, you should see that everything is rendered, and it should always be rendered. Now, of course, this is optimal, and it's going to not really be possible to show you it working. You're just going to have to trust me here because, you don't see any red. So that's presumably working. It's implemented the same way as this other frustum, so I guess it works. I can go ahead and flip it back to that one, and you can see all of the red asteroids go back to their original color there because they're not in the frustum. To make this more visual, I also made it such that I can control the local position, the global position rotation, as well as the local rotation. Really just ported that from the previous assignment, but got it working here. And you can see that if I change the global rotation, you can see the asteroid field is popping in and out as we spin the camera around here. It's kind of hard to tell because of the it's kind of hard to visualize the frustum, but maybe this will be easier if I use the local Y rotation. It should pan it up and down so you can see, yeah, there we go. So you can see the different asteroids popping in and out of view as the camera pans up and down. Right now, this is just implemented with the opacity, but it would be trivial to flip this opacity to them actually not rendering at all and the rendering cycle being stopped. Something in the future you could also implement, I guess, is, turning the physics steps down for elements outside of view, just to make it use less computation energy. But yeah, so basically I have this frustum here, which is able to calculate all of the active objects within itself. I have the camera frustum, which, as I mentioned, works, but you would never know because it works. It's one of those things that you just kind of see in the background, but yeah, so basically controlling the rotation of that frustum, seeing this frustum, enabling the different frustums, and yeah, that's what I did for this week. If you liked what you see, like, comment, and subscribe, of course.